Well, it's been about 3 months and about 75 hours, so I guess now would be a good time to give a little update on the Carbon Cub. It's amazing. I mean, it is so easy to fly. The performance is outstanding. Still getting my feet wet, still getting used to it. Got about 75 hours, like I said. A lot of those, actually my first passenger was off airport, so a lot of those have been off airport trying to hone my skills for some of the more challenging stuff. But yeah, just been a dream to fly. Minor squawks. I had a bolt come loose on a solenoid that was my fault, or excuse me, a nut. Super easy fix. I had a tail light. The tail light just went bad for no reason. Cub Crafters on the ball right away, sent me a new one, no questions asked. So yeah, I'm really, I couldn't be more happy with being a first-time builder and having it turn out so well and fly so well. I mean, it's just been, what a dream, what an experience. And I can't wait to get this thing out into some really cool stuff, way out in the wilderness where nobody's at. But just going to a place like this is amazing. Let me show you. I mean, we're only a few minutes from the airport, and having an airplane like this just allows you to get away from everybody. We got some bald eagles in the trees up there, and it's just a beautiful spot. This was the first place I actually took Emily, my daughter, and the first passenger was to this river bar here. And we spent all day swimming and playing and having a good time. Went and landed on a couple other river bars, and landed back home and burnt 3.5 gallons of fuel. So yeah, pretty neat. It's a real adventure machine, and I'm looking forward to yeah, to putting it through its paces. Still getting my teeth wet a little bit on it, getting used to it, but it's really easy to fly compared to some of the other higher horsepower, heavier airplanes I fly. And I've been doing a lot of slow flight, practicing that, maneuvering, because it just has such a different feel. But it's extremely forgiving, especially with the shocks, the suspension, and the tires. But it likes to float, so you got to get your energy down pretty low. I mean, I've been approaching it, 45 miles an hour, which is not near the stall speed of this thing, which is incredible. And I mean, high 30s, you're pretty comfortable still. So I mean, it only takes, it feels like it only takes 100 feet to land and take off. I'm not sure what the actual numbers are. I've never measured it, but when I'm judging landing strips, flying over them to land, it gets pretty easy to figure out. If I can get my 185 in there, I can get this in there 3 times. It's just incredible. So the only downside is, and I knew it going into it, it's slow. I flew it to Kavanaugh Bay in Priest Lake for a wedding, and up high, I was about 9,000 feet or so. I get 110 miles an hour with these 31s on it and burn about 6 gallons an hour. Down low, I'm usually around here, putting around at low power settings, burning about 5 gallons an hour, doing about 90 miles an hour, 95 miles an hour, somewhere in there. But yeah, we don't need to go fast. We want to go slow so we can land slow and take off slow. So anyway, here she is in her natural habitat. Lots more content to come, I suppose. I've just got to get these GoPros figured out and the mounts figured out and all that. So I just haven't made it a priority. Been too busy doing other things. And anyway. All right, well, I guess I'll catch you when I decide to make some more stuff. Later. worth watching. I guess we'll see. Anyway, you can guarantee they're going to get better as it goes. Just waiting for my cylinder head temps to come up to 200 degrees. Let's do our flow check here. I probably do that more than most people, but that's okay. One notch of flaps I found makes a big difference on takeoff. I know a lot of guys will pull flap as they're doing that. I haven't tried that yet, but I do like having that hand free for the throttle. Just a comfort zone thing for me, so anyway. This engine monitor is amazing, and you know the fuel flow. I mean, it's in the AOA angle of attack. All the stuff that this thing does is, yeah, well worth the money. It's kind of silly to say that you want a glass panel and a cub, but modern technology is pretty cool stuff. All right, we're set. Flaps are set. Trim set. Fuels on both. Mixture set. Carb in. Primer's in as locked. Lights are set. Ignition's on both. Fuse has been checked twice. Let's go do this. So there's a bit of a soft spot right here, so I'm going to taxi past that. Because we have way more runway than this airplane needs. And I just don't want a soft spot grabbing a tire, doing something silly, especially with that big berm right there. It's actually not that big, it's only about a foot, but that's enough to cause some problems. I went and walked this whole thing and cleared a bunch of sticks, because now that the rivers aren't flooding, our playground's back. I always walk every chance I get. It's just nothing wrong with more information. All right. We are set to go. That bald eagle in the tree right there.
Traffic, that's the tail dragger 4 miles to the north at descending through 1,000 east.
You gotta be careful because sometimes these trees fall in the river as it floods. That's why I surveyed this before we landed.
Victor, 5 miles going to west, looking for that southbound traffic, I-455.
Yeah, we got you up on the fish finder. We know factor we are to the east of you.
Anyway, we'll climb out now.